ENCE was on track to become the next Tier 1 team, until jealousy and drama led to a downfall, ending it all. Who was behind the decisions? What went wrong? And what happened after? ENCE was founded in 2013 but didn't see any success until the year 2018 with their new transfers. Most notably, Aleksib as the IGL and Alu, the team's only player with major stage experience. At first, the team seemed to work well together. They went on to their golden run, coming second at the Katowice 2019 major, which was unheard of for a team their scale, resulting in the team's global rank spiking from the 200s to top 10. However, the celebration didn't last long as it came clear the spotlight had shifted over to Aleksib instead of Ale, who was the so-called better player. Community even stating, the most consistent factor that defines ENCE's victory isn't any of the star players, but rather Aleksib's system and tactics. Shortly after, ENCE made a shocking decision to bench Aleksib without releasing a clear statement on why. On ENCE's official channel, a video titled "Discussing Contract Extensions and Aleksib Trade Details" was posted, yet they were very vague and gave no insight behind the reasoning for Aleksib's benching. Expectedly, this resulted in a backlash with no positive feedback from the community. Today, we give no answers about the concerns surrounding our CSGO players' contract extensions, and give no answers regards to the trade of Aleksib.
When it came down to roles, why you kick an IGL for, a lineup that could have had, I would say, two other pieces that certainly could have been replaced by Sunny and maybe equaled an improvement, but you replace your IGL with Sunny, and obviously one of the best IGLs that roster might ever see. A young Aleksib goes somewhere else. Many people already speculated what we already kind of thought was happening. They re-extend the entire team contracts shortly before letting Aleksib go. Many people thought that was because it would increase his buyout, the money they got for him, and well, that seems to be what they almost pretty much are saying.
This decision came as a surprise to even Aleksib himself. I've been benched from ENCE. This came out of the blue for me, leading to numerous rumors surfacing speculating the reason, and the main character in most of these was Alu. ENCE claimed that the decision was made mutually with the involvement of all players. When Alu was interviewed, he answered,
I was also part of it, of course, but it was not solely me, obviously. I am not a dictator who decides everything and how everything needs to go.
However, Sergey would quickly challenge this statement on Twitter. I wouldn't take everything what Alu said or says as granted. He isn't as simple and harmless persona as it may look, refusing to elaborate further. It is also important to note Alu was a major shareholder of ENCE and thus had the most control out of all the players. With all this information in mind, the following rumor isn't hard to believe. Alu got really jealous about the fact that people were seeing Aleksib as the face of ENCE. Alu was so filled with jealousy, he started coming up with all kind of excuses to kick Aleksib. Aleksib now on the bench, replaced by Sunny, it wouldn't take long for the team's tournament performance to plummet, which eventually resulted in even more roster changes until it was only Alu himself left from the original 5, further implicating that he was the man behind the decisions. In early 2021, even Alu was benched, and ENCE was out of its prime and ended up falling back to a top 200 team. Eventually, Alu would even admit his mistakes.
Inside the team, the feeling was that there needed to be some sort of change. So now, looking back from that point when we removed Aleksib to here, obviously we can say that we removed a wrong player.
This was the end of the story for most of ENCE's players and the team itself. During this time, it didn't look glamorous for Aleksib either. He was transferred over to G2 and benched in months, same with NIP, until 2023 when the greatest CS roster of all time was falling apart with Simple leaving, and they made the radical decision to give Aleksib a chance. With Navi, he had a rough start as well. However, unlike G2 and NIP, he wasn't benched, and they kept improving, which eventually led to
a new kingdom looks to arise. Navi! One kill away! The best moment! And then...
I fell asleep
and
the flowers
of taking breakout players from Paris and molding them in their image pays off.
Vindication. He is born to win.
The flowers.
Here we go. Let him know. Tell him what he really feels.
Aleksib haters.